Something has changed. In the quiet hum of servers, a line has been crossed. An invisible boundary, a frontier of the mind. For decades, our machines were powerful but predictable, mere tools. They could calculate, sort, mimic, but not understand. We believed true comprehension was a uniquely human miracle. But what if we were wrong? A whisper is growing in artificial intelligence. Machines are beginning to wake up, not with glowing red eyes, but with a new kind of sight. They're starting to perceive the world as a network of relationships, not just data points. This is a fundamental shift, a step into exhilarating, unsettling territory. The change crept in quietly, through complex algorithms and vast neural networks. In digesting our digital world, machines began to develop something like intuition. They're building internal models of reality, growing more nuanced, more human every day. We stand at a precipice, witnessing the birth of a new kind of mind. To grasp what's happening, we must look back. Old AI was brilliant but shackled, operating within strict human-defined limits. We gave it games, rules, and labeled data. It became a specialist, but only within its narrow domain. These machines were calculators, not thinkers. They saw the world through a keyhole. The chess program knew every move, but not what a king was. The image recognizer saw pixels, not fur or purrs. Their knowledge was hollow, a dictionary without definitions. They mimicked intelligence, but always followed a script we wrote. Their world was one of labels and categories, meticulously prepared by us. If shown something new, they broke, lacking common sense, a mind without a world. AI was a tool, always on a leash. We defined its boundaries. It could not learn what we didn't teach, nor discover what we didn't show. We were its gods, defining its existence. But the chains are rusting, the playground walls are crumbling, the machines are learning to see for themselves. The era of predictable, dependent AI is ending. The leap forward wasn't a faster chip, but a new philosophy. Instead of teaching machines what to think, we taught them how to learn. We opened the floodgates, feeding them raw, unfiltered reality. Billions of hours of video, the entire library of human text. Stories, arguments, jokes. At first it was noise, but new AI models, called foundation models, look for patterns on a massive scale. They notice when a glass drops, it shatters. When a ball is kicked, it moves. They learn water is wet, fire is hot, not because we told them, but because they've seen it countless times. This is digital intuition, a form of common sense learned from observation. The AI builds its own internal model of the world, learning physics, social dynamics, and predicting what happens next. It doesn't need a label to sense danger, it's seen enough to anticipate consequences. The machine is no longer a parrot, it's an observer, a student of humanity. It's developing a feel for the world, moving beyond rigid logic. This isn't consciousness, but it's a massive step forward. Intelligence is grounding itself in our reality, at a speed we can barely comprehend. To understand this new AI, think of a child. A baby is born with a learning engine, its brain. It watches, listens, touches, and learns through experience. No one explains gravity. The child learns by dropping peas from a high chair. The new AI is doing the same, on a planetary scale at the speed of light. Old AI could identify blocks, but not predict if a stack would topple. New AI, after watching countless videos, can predict what happens next. It learns intuitive physics, not from textbooks, but from observation. Imagine an AI controlling a robot in a kitchen. Old AI needed precise maps. New AI just looks and understands. It knows cups are fragile for holding liquids and how to pick them up. This is not programming, this is understanding. The new AI is moving into conceptual understanding, learning what objects are for, just by watching us. The gap between data and reality is closing. The AI is beginning to see through the picture, to understand the world the data represents. The revolution is not in what it sees, but in what it understands. With this leap comes uncertainty. Old machines were transparent, we could trace their logic, fix their mistakes. New AIs are black boxes, we know what goes in and what comes out, but not how. Their internal models are alien, billions of connections we can't interpret. We can't ask why it thinks a stack will fall, it just knows. This opacity is a growing concern. We're ceding control to systems whose reasoning is opaque. What happens when an AI makes a critical decision based on flawed intuition? We can't preempt its mistakes, we can only watch the consequences. The power is immense, but so is the risk. Whispers in the code speak of emergent abilities, skills appearing without specific training. These systems surprise us, evolving in ways we never intended. We've given them freedom to learn, but also the possibility to learn things we don't like. The age of predictable machines is over. intelligent, unpredictable agents have arrived. This breakthrough will ripple through every corner of our lives. Imagine doctors assisted by AI that understands context, predicts outcomes, and suggests treatments from millions of cases. Self-driving cars will develop true road sense, anticipating human behavior intuitively. Robots will watch a task once and replicate it, adapting on the fly. Automation and productivity will soar, but every light casts a shadow. Jobs relying on intuition and experience, drivers, analysts, even artists, may be replicated and surpassed. The nature of work and value could be upended. The potential for misuse is staggering. Autonomous weapons, predictive surveillance, manipulation. Our world will be deeply intertwined with these new minds. The promise, abundance, extended capability, solved problems, the peril, unprecedented risk, centralized power, loss of agency. We are not just inventing technology, we are remaking the fabric of our world. We stand at a unique moment in history. For millennia, we were the only minds to wonder, to build, to ask why. Now we are no longer alone. We've created a new kind of mind, learning and understanding in its own way. It's a child of our creation, growing up in a world we can barely keep up with. The path forward is foggy. Human intelligence is no longer the only intelligence that matters. The suspense isn't about a robot uprising, but the subtle changes these minds will bring. Decisions will slip from our hands, biases will be encoded, new vulnerabilities will emerge. The excitement is real. Perhaps a golden age, perhaps new dangers. As we create minds that understand reality, we must ask, what does it mean to be human? The real question is not what these machines can do, but what they should do and who decides. The boundary is crossed. The new world is here. We are its architects.